Do you really need protein powder to see results? Is that the truth? Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about supplements, and the one that keeps coming up the most is protein powder. When should you start using it? Is it for beginners or only for advanced lifters? Do you even need it if you want to see real progress in your training? Since this isn't the first time this question has come up, today we are going to break it all down once and for all. Spoiler, my short answer is yes and no.
Come on, Adam, not again.
Yeah, I know, but trust me, this is exactly how you will finally understand where you stand in this whole topic. In the next few minutes, I will explain when it actually makes sense to use protein powder, when it's completely pointless, and I will also share my own experience, because I trained for years with protein shakes and I've trained for years without them too. And you know what I realized? This channel is kind of like Scooby-Doo or Sherlock Holmes. Every week there's a mystery to solve, and somehow we always figure it out. Alright detectives, grab your magnifying glasses because we got a case to crack. Let's go! I was around 21 years old when I first started going to the gym, and I did my very first diet completely without any supplements. Why? Because honestly, I was terrified of them. Back then, there wasn't much information out there, and as you can probably tell, I'm not exactly a Gen Z kid anymore. So I was super skeptical about the whole thing. I started training at this gym called R70 Fitness, and I remember constantly asking the owner, who later actually became a good friend of mine, things like, bro, is this stuff actually safe? Is it steroid or is it even legal? I had no clue what protein powder even was. All I saw was the big jack guys drinking it, and obviously I wanted to look like them too. That's when he explained it to me for the first time, what it actually does, how it supports muscle growth, and that I didn't need to freak out. It's not steroid, it doesn't have side effects, and yeah, you will be fine with your girl too. So yeah, looking back, I totally get why so many people are confused about this topic. But before we can answer whether you actually need protein powder, let's first understand what it really is. When you work out, through mechanical tension and progressive overload, your muscles experience tiny micro tears. That's completely normal. In fact, that's the foundation of growth. Your body repairs those small tears during recovery, rebuilding the muscle fiber stronger, thicker, and more resilient than before. That process is called muscle adaptation, and it only works properly if you have enough protein available. Now here's the key part. Protein is made up of amino acids, the building blocks your body uses to repair and grow muscle tissue. When you drink protein shake, your body digests it, break it down into amino acids, they enter the bloodstream, and from there they travel to the muscles where they trigger muscle protein synthesis, the actual process that builds muscle. That's why post-workout timing is often emphasized. After training, your muscle cells are more sensitive and open to nutrient uptake, meaning this is the ideal time to replenish protein. And not because if you miss that 30-minute window, your workout goes to waste. That's one of the old horror legends in the fitness world. We now know that's not true. It's because the post-workout environment is optimal for muscle building. Insulin sensitivity is higher, nutrient transport is faster, and your body is literally waiting for building materials. So protein powder doesn't do anything magical. It simply helps you reach your daily protein intake. It delivers those amino acids quickly and conveniently when your body needs them the most. It's not magic powder, it's not steroid, just fast absorbing source of protein that supports muscle recovery and growth. Make sense so far? Alright, let's keep going. Most people, when they hear protein powder, immediately think of something artificial or lab-made, just like I did back in the day. But in reality, those powders contain the same nutrients you would get from food, only in a more concentrated, cleaner, and faster absorbing form. There are several types of protein powders. The most popular one is whey protein. That's what you usually see on store shelves. It's the one most people know. It digests quickly, raises amino acid levels fast, and makes it ideal post-workout when your body is open and ready to absorb nutrients efficiently. Within whey, you will find concentrate, isolate, and hydrolyzate forms. Concentrate is the most common type. It's cheaper but digests slower. Isolate is a cleaner version with higher protein content and less lactose and fat. Hydrolysate is basically pre-digested, so your body can absorb it almost instantly. It's the fastest, but also the most expensive. Then there's beef protein. People usually pick this one if they are sensitive to dairy or want to avoid milk-based products altogether. It's a solid option, but it's worth noting that its amino acid profile is a bit different, not as complete as whey, so your body won't respond exactly the same way. Personally, I've used beef protein at the end of my cutting phases, and many pros do the same when they want to exclude lactose but still hit their protein targets. Just one warning, these don't taste nearly as good as whey, but at that stage, people care more about function than flavor. You know, it's wartime. And of course, there are vegan or plant-based proteins like pea, rice, soy, or pumpkin seed protein. These are great for anyone avoiding animal products or who simply feel better on them. The key here is combining different sources, since a single plant protein doesn't contain all the essential amino acids. Their texture is a bit grainier or flour-like, but honestly, they are totally drinkable. So now you can see, protein powder isn't some miracle substance. It's simply a convenience tool that makes hitting your protein intake easier. And while we are at it, you can probably see now that nutrition is part of a much bigger system. It's not about finding one magic powder or supplement that fixes everything. It's about how training, nutrition, recovery, and mental balance all work together to drive real progress. That's exactly why I built the Final Form system the way I did. It's not just a workout app, it's a holistic framework designed to help you put your entire lifestyle in order. Beyond the workouts, you will find a complete nutrition guide with precisely calculated macros, a meal plan, and a full recipe collection with step-by-step instructions, so you never have to stress about what or how to eat again. Everything is structured to help you not just train, but truly evolve, physically, mentally, and energetically. Try the free workouts, see how your progress builds step by step in a conscious system. Then upgrade to Premium to unlock all workout programs, meal guides, and recipes. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play and start your first workout today. Alright, Sherlock team, time to put those detective skills to use and figure out when and for whom protein powder actually makes sense. Let's break it down logically. As you know, there are three main macronutrients in nutrition: protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Out of these, protein is what your body literally builds itself from. It's the foundation. Every athlete's diet starts here. Fats and carbs mainly provide energy, but protein is what drives recovery and muscle growth. Most structured diets follow a simple setup. Protein stays fixed, fat is steady, and carbs are the adjustable variable depending on whether someone's bulking or cutting. And here's where many people fall short. They simply don't eat enough protein. Did you know that 40–50% of the world population doesn't even reach the minimum protein intake required just to maintain muscle mass? Wild, right? So who struggles the most with this? Mainly those who don't have a consistent eating routine. Maybe they skip meals or don't have time to cook. It's also a challenge for people who are in a calorie surplus. For example, going from 1800 to 2100 calories a day. That increase naturally raises protein needs too, and for many, that's hard to cover with whole foods alone. It's especially tricky for women who often eat less meat, fish, or eggs compared to men. Guys tend to handle 5–6 meals a day, or fewer but larger ones, more easily, while for most women, hitting that target is a much bigger challenge. Here's where protein powder really comes into play, not because it's mandatory, but simply because it's practical. If you are short on 30–40 grams of protein by the end of the day, you don't have to force down another meal. A quick shake gets the job done. It's fast, light, and easy on your stomach. Now, who shouldn't rely on protein powder? First of all, those in a calorie deficit trying to lose weight or cut body fat. During a deficit, hunger is already higher since you are eating fewer calories overall. And let's be honest, chugging a shake doesn't really do much for satiety. But if you get that same protein from whole foods, chicken, eggs, fish, beef, cottage cheese, it keeps you full much longer. That's because digesting solid food takes more time and energy, helping control hunger. And if you've ever been deep in a diet, you know that's a massive advantage. The second group, who don't really need it, are those who eat consistently and mindfully and can hit their protein targets through full meals. These people prefer to eat, not drink. They enjoy food and trust natural sources more. From them, protein powder adds nothing new. It's just an unnecessary extra. And of course, there are people with digestive sensitivities, those who don't tolerate whey or lactose well. They're better off exploring plant-based proteins, beef proteins, or just sticking to real food for their daily intake. So, to sum it all up, protein powder is a flexible, convenient option, nothing more. The real progress comes from training, nutrition, and recovery, not from a scoop of powder. You won't suddenly transform because you drink it, and you won't fall behind if you don't. It's a simple tool, something you can use when you can't hit your daily target with meals, or when you just need a faster, more practical solution. The goal is always the same: To give your body the quality nutrients it needs to build and recover, whether that comes from a shake or a plate of food is simply a matter of context and personal preference. For example, I spent years training with protein powder and years without it. For me, it was the most useful during bulking phases, when I had to eat way more calories and nutrients every day, and protein shakes were just a convenient, time-saving solution. But since moving to Miami, I haven't used protein powder at all in the last 3 years. Partly because the climate and lifestyle here make it easier to maintain a leaner, drier physique, and partly because with all the filming I do, my calorie intake is naturally lower than it used to be back home. So I prefer to get my protein from whole foods. It fits my current lifestyle and goes much better. One thing is crucial: don't let a product decide your progress for you. Understand why you're doing what you're doing, and use supplements only as tools that support your intention, not replace it. Now, I'm curious about you guys. Do you use protein powder? What's your take on it? And what are the supplements you actually think work? The ones that aren't just waste of money? Drop it in the comments. I really want to know how you see this topic. And if you want to grow inside a complete system where your training, nutrition and recovery are aligned, try out the Final Form app. Download it from the App Store or Google Play. Go through the free workouts, and if you feel the power of the system, upgrade to Premium for full access to all programs, nutrition guides and recipe collections. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, because every Sunday I drop a new episode, one that helps you not just train better, but build a stronger lifestyle overall. And if you want to learn how to master the perfect push-up, click right here or pick any of the videos from the playlist. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. And remember, training is just the first step. The real change is you. Sherlock Tim.